here is a case about hashtags, trademarking, advertising, and dental work. This is a community-supported legal education channel. Find out how you can support our mission at the links in the description below. Plaintiff Align Technology seeks to enjoin defendant Strauss Diamond Instruments from advertising for sale, offering for sale, or selling its dental imaging wand sleeve, called the Magic Sleeve, or any other product for use with Align's dental imaging iTero scanner system, and from using the iTero and Invisalign marks and any similarly confusing marks. Align filed a motion for a preliminary injunction. One of Align's product is the well-known Invisalign system. Invisalign straightens teeth using clear, removable plastic trays. Align also makes and sells the iTero Element Scanner. The scanner is a handheld intraoral scanner system, so inside your mouth scanner system that is used to take three-dimensional scans of a patient's mouth, teeth, and gums. This scanner includes a protective sleeve that slides over and covers the portion of the scanning wand that is inserted in the patient's mouth. Align's sleeve is disposable and single-use only. The iTero Element sleeve includes a window opening that has a piece of glass with an anti-reflective coating, among other specialized coatings, to optimize the quality of the 3D scan. That sleeve and this window incorporate a proprietary design developed to ensure that the scans with the iTero Element scanner have the accuracy and quality that Align advertises. In the iTero Element sleeve, the glass window is secured in place with a bracket. In use, the sleeve clicks into place over the wand, indicating to the user that the sleeve is in place and ensuring a safe and secure fit and grip. This correct positioning also ensures a precise scan. An inferior quality sleeve may affect the performance of the scanner system and increase patient risk in cross-contamination, fluid transfer, discomfort, and inconvenience. Strauss sells dental instruments and related goods. It has 9 employees. One of its products is the Magic Sleeve. The Magic Sleeve is a silicone sleeve that covers the wand portion of intraoral scanners. It is similar in appearance to the iTero Element sleeve, but has some differences. It is reusable. The glass window is removable and does not have a secure connection to the sleeve. The window in the Magic Sleeve does not have an anti-reflective coating. It is thicker than the iTero Element sleeve's window. Strauss began selling its Magic Sleeve in August 2018. Strauss publicly advertises the Magic Sleeve to the same target customer base that purchases Align's iTero sleeves, and Strauss ships the Magic Sleeve through interstate commerce, so federal law, including from Florida to San Jose. Strauss advertises through its website and social media. It sold approximately $450,000 in Magic Sleeves in 6 months. The advertisements at issue are in Exhibits O, P, Q, and R. We have those here for your viewing pleasure. O is a copy of screenshots from Strauss's Facebook page. Exhibit P is a copy of screenshots from the LinkedIn page. Q is a copy of screenshots from Strauss's Instagram page, and R is a copy of screenshots of videos from YouTube. The screenshots all clearly branded as Strauss's and are advertisements for its Magic Sleeve. Align sees 4 problems with them. Several of the screenshots advertising the Magic Sleeve have hashtags visible to the viewer that contain Align's marks. For example, the second page of Exhibit O, ignoring the cover page, it just says Exhibit O, has 2 pictures that show the Magic Sleeve in use with a patient. Let's go over there now. Here's Exhibit O. If you are a digital scanner user, be prepared to cut your overhead down. Our Magic Sleeve is autoclavable and allows for faster scanning time. Shop now. Cosmetic dentistry, scanner sleeve, hashtag Invisalign, in case you don't see that there. Hashtag Invisalign. Of course, Invisalign and iTero are Align's marks. Align objects to its marks being used in an ad for a competitor's product. Similar uses are seen in hashtags in P and Q. And we can go over to P here. There we go. Down here. There's the Invisalign and iTero marks in there. Here's another one. I think this is the Instagram page. Yeah, this is the Instagram page. iTarot is all in there. I think there was an Invisalign one. Yeah, here's an Invisalign one. The second page of Exhibit R says order today. To the right is a picture of an iTarot element machine with a Strauss magic sleeve on the wand. But it's more than just a picture of the machine and the magic sleeve. On the screen of the machine is a stylized image of a row of teeth, and on the upper left is an image of both rows of teeth. The bottom left is a picture taken someone's mouth showing a couple teeth. Although the images on the screen were added just for the ad, the machine itself has the normal iTarot element logo in tiny letters on the front of it, because that's how an iTarot element machine looks in real life. Beneath the picture of the machine appears straussdiamond.com. The issue with this iTarot image becomes clear in the second image of Exhibit T to the Reyes Declaration. So what are we looking at? So the second page of Exhibit R says order today. So here's Exhibit R, and it says order today, and it shows this picture of an iTarot element with straussdiamond.com below it. And what they're really referring to is this little thing here, but they're showing you a picture of the iTarot element. You know, do they have authorization to use it in that manner is the question. When you then look at Exhibit T, they're saying this is what the iTarot element really looks like. The issue with this image becomes clear in the second page of Exhibit T to the Reyes Declaration, which is from Align's website. The image of the iTarot element machine with the stylized picture on it was actually created by Align, then copied by Strauss, which superimposed an image of its magic sleeve on top of the wand. Align cries foul over this. So this is apparently not that's just photoshopped. That wand is just photoshopped on. Then they say something about 25% faster scanning time, but the parties agree that they have no basis to do so. I think that was one of the advertisements we saw up here was 25% faster scanning time, but it appears that the parties actually agree. We don't even have any evidence or whatever. The parties simply agree with together before the court that they don't have any evidence to support the 25% faster scanning time. So that means that Strauss gives up that point, basically. Just as sharp. Strauss makes various representations that his magic sleeve produces scans that are just as sharp. For example, page 3 of O, this is Exhibit O, just as sharp, it says right here, just as sharp as a scan. Look how easy it is. Page 3 says that the customer will save money while still getting just as sharp of a scan. Align contends this is untrue. To obtain preliminary injunctive relief, the moving party must show a likelihood of success on the merits, a likelihood of irreparable harm, balance of equities in favor of the moving party, and in the public interest. That an injunction is in the public interest. This is where we are. This is the procedure of the case. We're not here to determine if Invisalign wins. We're determining whether Invisalign can at least get an injunction while the case goes on. And so the judge says, on the likelihood of success element, the use that Align refers to is problem 1, the hashtag marks, iTarot scanner, Invisalign, iTarot element hashtags, using their registered marks. Strauss argues that Align is unlikely to succeed primarily because it is a nominative fair use, which is where you refer to another trademark, but not in a confusing way. You're just referring to it. If I say that a certain sedan is more powerful than a competitor's sedan, forgetting the fact that it's whether more powerful is true, I can refer to another product in comparison. So that's one of the trademark fair uses. Here we're talking about nominative fair use. A plaintiff asserting trademark infringement must demonstrate that it owns a valid mark and a protectable interest, and that the defendant's use is likely to cause confusion. There is an 8-factor test, the Sutcliffe factors, that guide an inquiry into whether a defendant's use of a mark is likely to confuse consumers. The similarity of the marks, the strength of the plaintiff's mark, the proximity or relatedness of goods or services, the defendant's intent in selecting the mark, evidence of actual confusion, the marketing channels used, the likelihood of expansion, and the degree of care likely to be exercised by purchasers. In other words, is it something that people buy carelessly, or is it something that people put a lot of time and effort into selecting the right one? Nominative fair use is a defense, and the fair use analysis replaces the likelihood of consumer confusion analysis. In nominative fair use, the defendant uses the trademarked term not to describe its product, but to describe the plaintiff's. Nominative use of a mark, where the only word reasonably available to describe a particular thing is pressed into service, lies outside the strictures of trademark law. Such use is fair because it does not imply sponsorship or endorsement by the trademark holder. In that situation, the following test for nominative fair use applies. First, the product or service in question must be one not readily identifiable without use of the trademark. Second, only so much of the mark or marks may be used as is reasonably necessary to identify the product or service. And third, the user must not do anything that would, in conjunction with the mark, suggest sponsorship or endorsement by the trademark holder. In cases in which the defendant raises a nominative fair use defense, the above 3-factor test should be applied instead of the test for likelihood of confusion in Sutcliffe. The 3-factor test better evaluates the likelihood of confusion in nominative use cases. When a defendant uses a trademark nominally, the trademark will be identical to the plaintiff's mark, at least in terms of the words in question. Thus, application of the Sutcliffe test, which focuses on similarity, would lead to incorrect conclusions that virtually all nominative uses are confusing. The 3-factor test, with its requirements that the defendant use marks only when no descriptive substitute exists, use no more of the mark than necessary, and do nothing to suggest sponsorship or endorsement, better addresses concerns regarding the likelihood of confusion in nominative use cases. So, knowing all of that, sorry that we had to go through all of that, but getting through all of that has prepared us to read this next section about hashtags. Strauss's use of Align's marks in the hashtags in its ads does not qualify as nominative fair use. First, in some cases, Strauss used the marks to refer to its own product. In the New Kids case, where the defendant used a trademark to describe the plaintiff's product rather than its own, we hold that a commercial user is entitled to a nominative fair use defense, provided he meets the following 3 requirements. In Abercrombie & Fitch, defendant was not entitled to the nominative fair use when it used a photograph of the plaintiff in its catalog for the purpose of selling its own goods, rather than in order to refer to the plaintiffs for any purpose. Second, in all cases, Strauss used more of the marks than is reasonably necessary to identify the product. Consider Exhibit Q. The 6th page has an illustrated 9-step set of instructions for how to use the magic sleeve. Let's take a look at Exhibit Q here. This was exactly what we were talking about here. Keep that in mind. 4 of the steps depict the magic sleeve being put on and taken off of the wand of an iTarot scanner. The right-hand side of the page has several hashtags listed, including iTarot, iTarot scanner, iTarot element, and Invisalign, along with scanner sleeve and diamond provider, references to magic sleeve and Strauss, and then hashtags about dentistry and attractive teeth. These hashtags are all collectively being used to promote and describe the magic sleeve. It is not credible to view the hashtags containing Align's marks as referring to Align's products and the other hashtags as referring to Magic Sleeve. They are altogether references to Magic Sleeve. Second, even if the hashtags with Align's marks in them were thought to be references to Align's products, the hashtags fail the second prong of the 3-part nominative fair use test. hashtags constitute more use of the marks than is reasonably necessary to identify Strauss's product. The pictures to the left of the hashtags show that the magic sleeve is meant to be used on the wand of an iTero scanner. The hashtags themselves just indicate a vague association between the term in the hashtag and the magic sleeve. None of the hashtags are reasonably necessary to identify Strauss's product. In fact, the hashtags do not perform an identification function. For example, hashtag straight smiles and hashtag beautiful smiles are not meant to identify the magic sleeve, but to imply that this product is associated with having a beautiful or straight smile. Likewise, hashtag dentist and hashtag cosmetic dentistry are too vague to serve as a useful identifier. Rather, they indicate that the magic sleeve is associated with dentistry. In a similar fashion, the hashtags with Align's marks indicate an association with Align's iTero and Invisalign products, but they don't identify the magic sleeve. You can't read the hashtag and figure out that this product is the sleeve that goes on the wand of an iTero scanner. All the reader can glean from the hashtags is an implied association. The first defect in Strauss's nominative fair use argument, that the hashtags are references to its own product, not Align's, occurs in stronger and weaker forms depending upon the ad. The fourth page of Q is a closer case. It shows a woman in a dental chair who is having her mouth scanned. Let's take a look at Q. This is the, I guess, fourth page. And that is a person having it scanned, and it says iTero scanner, scanner sleeve, etc. Let's see what the judge has to say. The textual sentences, if you are an iTero user, be prepared to cut your overhead down. Our brand new scanner sleeve is autoclavable and allows for faster scanning time, are a classic case of nominative fair use, and Align isn't challenging them. Beneath those textual sentences are the hashtags iTero, iTero scanner, scanner sleeve, iTero element, and orthodontics. Since this is less of a laundry list and it follows textual sentences that refer to the iTero scanner and the sleeve, one could make the argument that iTero, iTero scanner, and iTero element are references to Align's products, and scanner sleeve is a reference to Strauss's, and orthodontics is a general reference to the category. But the hashtags are still a use of Align's marks beyond what is reasonably necessary to identify Strauss's product. To see why, imagine this ad in two versions, one with the challenged hashtags and one without them. Does the version with the hashtags better identify Strauss's product? No. The identification of the product comes from the picture of it being used and the textual sentence quoted above. A global problem in all of Strauss's ads that have hashtags that include Align's marks is that in none of the ads do the hashtags serve any identification function. The use of the marks in the hashtags is never reasonably necessary to identify the magic sleeve. You would have to imagine a pretty terrible ad for the hashtags to do anything, maybe just a picture of the magic sleeve with no illustration or text explaining what it is for, leaving the viewer to wonder if he should put it on his finger to do the dishes, wear it for protection when sewing, or what other use is contemplated. In that case, perhaps iTero scanner would make him realize, oh, this is for my dentist to use on an iTero scanner. But none of those ads are like that. It is true that in addition to being words that a viewer can read, hashtags also perform a function, a type of metadata tag used on social networks such as Twitter and other microblogging services, allowing users to apply dynamic, user-generated tagging, which makes it possible for other users to find messages, and they've linked to Wikipedia's hashtag article. Wikipedia has been cited in a court document as an official source. My English teachers lied to me. Actually, I don't think Wikipedia existed when my law professors lied to me that I couldn't use Wikipedia as an official source. Thus, Strauss's hashtags, in addition to implying to the viewer of the ad that there's an association between the magic sleeve and the terms in the hashtags, it will also cause Strauss's ads to come up in response to searches for those terms. Strauss argues that under the Playboy case analysis of meta tags, this means that hashtags are nominative fair uses. However, this court disagrees. Meta tags function behind the scenes to direct an internet searcher to a web page, but hashtags are visible to consumers in advertising. Some of Strauss's hashtags are simply implausible as search terms. Someone looking for information about how to get straight teeth might search for adult braces or straight teeth, but it's unlikely they would search for beautiful smiles or even straight smiles. Focusing on someone's smile is a marketing association pushed by Strauss, not an attempt to make Strauss's social media pages come up in response to internet searches. The inclusion of these and other implausible search terms confirms that the intended audience of the hashtags is, at least in part, the viewer of the ad, implying association between the magic sleeve and the terms of the hashtags. Accordingly, Strauss's use of aligned marks in his hashtags is not nominative fair use. The court orders that Strauss Diamond Instruments and its officers, agents, etc. are enjoined from infringing Align's registered marks for Itero, Itero Element, or Invisalign, and from disseminating, publishing, or causing to be made available to the public the statement that the magic sleeve provides a 25% faster scanning time. So that came into it a little bit too. So what do we think about that? Hashtags are not the same as meta tags when you're doing search engine marketing. So under the Playboy case, if I have this correctly, under the Playboy case, the meta tags used for keyword advertising on Google search engine marketing, Google AdWords, those are not trademark violations. So if Strauss was using searches for Invisalign as a keyword in their Strauss advertising for their products, that would be okay. But when they start to type, this product is associated with Invisalign, that's more of a violation. That's probably a pretty clear violation there. And then when they just put hashtag Invisalign, well, now the consumer isn't sure. Are you endorsed by Invisalign? Are you made by Invisalign? Is this a second sleeve? Is this Invisalign makes a disposable sleeve and makes a autoclavable sleeve? If you're unfamiliar with what's going on here, the disposable sleeves are used so that the dentist can have convenience. They just put the thing on, use it, and then throw it away. And the trouble there is that there's a lot of good parts in there. There's a whole sleeve, there's a clicky mechanism, there's a piece of glass, there's an anti-reflective coating on the glass. So why not just take all of that and put it into a hot oven? And if you put it into a hot oven, and if the materials are made to survive a very hot oven, well, the bacteria and other things won't survive the hot oven. So you can put this silicone sleeve with these autoclavable things, which is what the hot oven is, an autoclave. And then you turn up the heat, and you clean the thing that way. And then I'm assuming they also clean physically clean the thing. And then you can use it again. Well, I don't know if I care as a patient, but the dentist can choose whether or not they want to do it that way. And using the hashtag isn't clear whether that sleeve is made by or endorsed by or otherwise certified, sold by, whatever, associated with Invisalign. And the Strauss company is just trying to ride the coattails of the Itero trademark and the Invisalign trademark. Probably Invisalign. People are searching for Invisalign. But also, you're not the target audience. If I'm getting my teeth fixed using Invisalign, I'm not going to my dentist going, I want to make sure you use the Strauss 3D scanner magic sleeve. No. They're advertising to your dentist. So they're trying to use hashtags that your dentist would see. And they're trying to use targeted marketing that your dentist would see. Or orthodontist or whatever. So hashtags not the same as meta tags, and you can't get away with using hashtags in a confusing manner. If Strauss had said, we make a sleeve for use with the hashtag Itero Element hashtag Invisalign scanner, that's less confusing, I think. What do we think of that? Let me know in the comments below.
I think it's an important case for people who, run their own businesses and are trying to figure out social media marketing, to know that you have to be conscious of how you're using your hashtags, and that you don't want to accidentally imply an association that isn't there. Because I know, like, it's so easy if you go to Google and you say someone searches for Invisalign, then they should get my ad, even though I'm not Invisalign. Like, that's okay. But as soon as you put it into a hashtag, now you're getting into gray area, and you really have to do an analysis.
The hashtag, to me, the hashtag is confusing because we don't know what the association is. Whereas an ad that pops up when I type in Invisalign and it says sponsored content, sponsored ads, little ads by Google or whatever. So you know it's an ad, and it's popped up, and the ad itself could still be infringing, but we don't know that yet in our analysis. Then we have to look at each individual ad and say, is that infringing or not? So if Strauss used keyword advertising and still made a confusing association between Invisalign and their scanner sleeve, get the new sleeve for your iTero Invisalign scanner. That's kind of confusing. Who is selling that, and is that sponsored by Invisalign? We don't know. But if it says get the alternative sleeve to your disposable iTero sleeves, that's a nominative fair use, in my humble opinion. Does that make it slightly clearer? All right, so that is our show, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this spring episode of the Lawful Masses Legal Education Show, educating you, my lawful masses. This is a community-supported channel. Thank you very much for your support on patreon.com/ljfrench and sponsors.org/u/lawful masses. It'll be on your screen. Thank you very much to our May 2019 supporters at the $50 level. Thank you very much to John Steele, Gavin Barnard, Eevi, Andy, Kyle Mudrak, Verement, Tayne, Michael Pearce, Terry Crisp, Richard Fournier, Spirit Bear, Jan Negrey, Daniel Perez, Snorre Wisotzky, allquixotic, and Aspernari. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you very much to the $5 plus supporters who are scrolling on the LED panel behind me. And there they go, $5 plus supporters right there. And we'll be scrolling on the crawl at the end of this video. So, love you all. Let's bring Nico back to help us with this absolutely atrocious outro. Come here, my boy. That's okay. We're gonna cut up the outro. Way to go, boy. Way to go, boy. You want another one? We're supposed to be making you more skinny because you're a few pounds overweight, Mr. Dog.
That's impressive considering how much exercise they get.
Yeah. It was the year of sedentariness because... All right.
Nico's like, don't body shame me.
Don't body shame me. Yeah, exactly.